Greetings. Whatsoever you like to manifest in this world, you have to learn to trust the process. That is very, very, very important. For example, you look at a farmer, and when that farmer goes out and he sow the seed, he has to trust the process to have a harvest. And he's gonna believe in having a bountiful harvest. So too, you have to trust the process and understand that everything works by certain cycles and everything is governed on this planet by law and order. So when it comes to the law of gestation, you have to understand that everything has its time and everything has its season. You look at a chicken and you will realize that a chicken will hatch in 21 days. Okay, but when you look at a sheep or a goat, when you look at a cattle, when you look at a camel, the different time frame in which they have been born. For example, before we can have this human experience, it would take up to about, say, 9 months. Okay, sometimes it could be up to 10 months. When it comes to a horse, it might be up to 12 months. So you have to understand that everything has its time when it would manifest in your life. But the key is to trust the process. That is why being consistent is very important. Never allow doubt to overshadow that which you desire in this world. You see, when you come under the feeling of doubt, it comes from the energy of fear. Yeah, it means somewhere inside of you there's fear. And fear will bring with it guilt, shame, condemnation, judgment, and all the other negative things. But when you dwell on the energy of love, and you understand how powerful love is, you also understand how everything is really connected. You realize that your thought forms, they are connected to you, but it is the invisible you, because your thoughts is coming from the invisible world. Okay, that's where your desires are actually coming from. So when you are born in desire, that born in desire is actually a feeling, it's a sensation. And you're going to work towards that sensation that you're feeling to become a manifestation. In other words, an outer projection, because it is actually taking place inwardly in the secret, because no one would know what you're carrying around in your mind. You see, when we look at the telephone, when we look at the automobile, when we look at electricity, when we look at all the great inventions, what are we really seeing? We're seeing the expression of a thought that was hidden in someone and was lying dormant in many others. But this particular person, they were brave enough because they understand the power of love. And so they develop confidence and self-belief, self-esteem, because they know who they are. And they remain faithful to their desire. And though they didn't see it in this objective world, they believe it in the subjective world. And they never go against it. They never put a certain time upon it. All they know is that once they impress it upon the subconscious mind, that the universe will work a way out for it to be real in this physical three-dimensional world, so that we can contact it by the five senses. Because the only thing that is real is actually a consciousness. But once you want it to be a hard and objective fact or reality in this dimension of matter, okay, then it can definitely happen. But you have to trust the process. So if you should take anything away from this, I'm saying to you, whatever is your desire, learn to trust the process. Do not believe that there's specialized technique, and if you use this specialized technique, it's gonna happen. No, it doesn't work like that. You just have to learn to trust the process. For some people, visualization is very hard, and for some people visualization is easy. There's some people will manifest more easily if they use affirmation, while there's some people what works for them is visualization. So visualization might work for one person, then affirmation might work for another person. Mirror work might work for another person. Scripting might work for another person. Journaling might work for another person. The law of assumption might work for another person. So you have to know what works for you. But the main thing is to trust the process. And that was the main thing that Abdullah was trying to get Neville to understand. That he must trust the process. So when he said that Neville was going to go to Barbados first class, he didn't want Neville come with a conversation speaking about third class. That's what Islam did do in his face. He was saying, remain faithful to that which you would have already spoken. Okay? That which he would have already seen in his mind's eye. He wanted Neville to remain faithful to what he told him, that he already in Barbados and he have gotten to Barbados first class. Okay? So my brothers, my sisters, stay in your first class mentality by believing truly that imagination creates reality and that you can create your reality consciously if you learn to trust the process. You discover that there's truly an inner working science of alchemy whereby you transmute energy into matter. So with that being said, my brothers, my sisters, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, I like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. And I'll definitely encourage you to get my latest book. It's called The Secret Vagina, Mystery of the Virgin Birth. And that is where I'm showing you how you can bring forth your brainchild, or you can bring forth certain things into this world consciously and understand, just as physically you have a pregnancy to use in our sexuality, so too you can use it in the psychological world and the spiritual world to create your reality consciously. In other words, to create your life whichever way you want it to be. So get that book. Also, all my other books, I'll definitely encourage you to check out all the links that are down below and get my other books, especially the Know Jesus Bible, where Jesus has been omitted and there's a blank space for you to write your name, which is I am, because that's your name. Okay, and you can never say I am and not referring to yourself, and that's the name of God from generation to generation. Also, whatsoever you may need, whether you want to be a part of my Patreon community or if you want to have a one-on-one with me, also if you want to be a part of my Free Thinkers and Seekers University or whatever you may desire, I would encourage you to check out all of the links that are down below and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.